Am I the asshole for not wanting my husband's niece to stay with us? My husband has a niece, 16F, called Jenny. Everyone in the family adores Jenny. I've never met her dad, but apparently he is an abusive asshole. Jenny basically lives with her aunts and uncles. The family all dote on her. She can do no wrong. My husband is worse than all of them. We have a 2-year-old son, but my husband seems to love his niece more than our son. It's really frustrating because his family doesn't care about our son's accomplishments as much as Jenny, like, oh, your son learned how to walk. Well, Jenny could walk when she was 1 week old. Now the problem: Jenny is supposed to be with us for Christmas. I don't want her here. I want to have Christmas with my son and husband. I want my son to get all our attention. Jenny's other aunts and uncles are all willing to have her on Christmas, so I asked my husband to just let her be with them. He got mad at me and said it's our turn and he wants to have his niece with us. I told him I want to have a Christmas for our family only, and he called me an asshole and said Jenny is family too. Am I the asshole? You are the asshole. Your son is 2 and won't even remember this Christmas. Stop punishing Jenny because her family love her. It's weird and smacks of jealousy. Jealousy is an ugly color. Jealousy of a 16-year-old, well, that's a weather-beaten, mud-stomped ugly color. You are the asshole. It's one Christmas of many to come. She is a teenager and you're an adult. She obviously has a hard time with her parents, and her aunts and uncles are trying to make her feel loved by them. Take a long hard look in the mirror and figure out who's the asshole in this situation. It's you. You are the asshole. Am I the asshole for leaving a Vegas trip after we got there and ruining the trip for the others? I, 22 female, went to Las Vegas with 3 others. I'll call them Mary, 23 female, Lydia, 23 female, and Kitty, 24 female. Mary is my cousin and Lydia and Kitty are friends. They wanted to go earlier, but I had exams during that time, so we pushed it back a bit. This was meant to be a girls' trip, but a couple of weeks ago Mary and Kitty both said they wanted to bring their boyfriends and it would be more fun sightseeing with a bigger group. I was a little annoyed because I thought it was just us girls, but Lydia was fine with it and I said sure, whatever. The original hotel situation was 2 rooms, me and Mary in one and Lydia and Kitty in another, but they said they're looking for separate rooms since they'll be staying with their boyfriends, and I'd probably have to bunk with Lydia. I had no issue with that, so I didn't ask any more questions. So we arrive at our hotel in Vegas and it turns out Mary and Kitty didn't end up booking rooms. The plan was to arrive at the hotel, then see if they can spare a room, but obviously given the holiday season, and it's Vegas, all the affordable rooms were gone. I was pissed because they never said beforehand they hadn't booked. Kitty then said it's not a big issue. We still have the 2 rooms originally booked, and if we pay a little extra the hotel gives daybeds. Each couple takes a room, then me and Lydia bunk with one. I never agreed to this and I didn't feel comfortable third-wheeling with Mary and her boyfriend, who I don't know very well to begin with. I suggested checking a nearby hotel to see if they had a room, but the others didn't want to be separated. I then said maybe we can put the boys in one room and the 4 of us can squeeze into one, but they shut that down too and insisted the couple plan was best. Eventually I told them I'm not comfortable with this and I'm out, hope they have fun. Mary said it's really not a big deal and Lydia has no problem with it, she came by herself too, so what's my issue? I ended up finding a place to check into for the night, and caught a flight back yesterday. Well, all 3 of them are really pissed at me, saying they changed the timing for me and I've ruined the vacation, and if I really didn't want to go I should have opted out before. Kitty texted saying she didn't realize I was so prudish and gag at the sight of a man. Doesn't make much sense because I'm married, and thanks for making this all about you. So Reddit, am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Your friend's lack of planning is not something you are obligated to cater to. Absolutely not the asshole. This is egregious. You're paying for a room and have to bunk on a cot in with a couple? That's complete BS, and I would have left, too. It was bad enough to switch up a girls' weekend to a couple thing. I think you gave more leeway than you should have. They ruined the vacation, not you. Not the asshole. They made the trip more complicated by wanting to bring their boyfriends, which is super rude in my opinion, and then didn't properly accommodate for those extra people, making you uncomfortable in the process. This was supposed to be your collective trip and they made it all about them. Them claiming you ruined the trip isn't true. They ruined it by changing the plans in the first place. Just to be clear, if you're the Lizzie of the group, Jane would never pull that crap. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for telling my friend she can't bring her baby to my birthday celebration? Am I the asshole for telling my friend I don't want her to bring her 2-month-old to my 25th birthday celebration? I'm turning 25 in February and was planning a weekend girls' trip to Chicago. I have a friend who's about to give birth any day now and our birthdays are 10 days apart. I was hesitant to invite her in the first place since she's about to give birth, but another friend let slip about my party, so she basically asked if she could come along too. I said sure, and then she said she would have to bring baby girl along. Now on this trip, I was hoping to cross a bucket list item off my list, taking edibles and going to an aquarium while in Chicago. Finishing the night off with KBBQ and drinking. An environment I wasn't comfortable having a baby around. My friend doesn't see the problem with bringing her 2-month-old along at all. Everyone agrees with me. The baby shouldn't come with. My friend says that since I don't have kids, I shouldn't have a say in how she raises her baby. Am I the asshole? Edit. This will be her 3rd child. My apologies, I should have mentioned above. I've never written a Reddit post before. Skeptical smiley face. Not the asshole. It doesn't sound as if you are trying to have a say in how she raises her child. You are trying to have a birthday party consisting of activities totally unsuitable to a 2-month-old baby. Your friend needs to grow up to the reality that when she has a child, she has to be an adult and a parent. That means a change in her social activities. She invited herself along on this outing. It's not a kiddie party, so she probably better rethink that. You shouldn't have a say in how she raises her baby, but you definitely have a say in what you planned for your B-Day weekend. And for the record, I agree with you 100%. A 2-month-old has no business being involved in what you have planned. Not the asshole even a little bit. Having her baby there would completely change your entire weekend. She's being selfish. Not to mention making poor choices as a new mom. Not the asshole. Does she think her baby is a purse? Am I the asshole for ruining Thanksgiving dinner by going off and telling my mom to grow a spine? I've changed the names. My sister is 41 and I'm 36. My sister, Beth, is terminal and she has a couple months left at the most. I'm trying to make peace with it, but a part of my heart will always be broken, you know? Beth has come to terms with it and all of us are just trying to make her last days as peaceful and memorable as possible. Beth, her first husband when she was 20, and he passed in a crash a few years later. After a while my parents introduced her to her second husband, Matt. He's some relation to Dad's friend, and Beth and Matt married, then divorced 4 years later. Most of my family still keeps in touch with Matt. Our family has plots in a cemetery that's a lot of our late relatives, including my dad, are buried in, but Beth already said that she wants to be buried in a different cemetery, different city too actually, near her late husband. Mom wasn't completely on board with this, but I thought she'd come around. So I went to Thanksgiving dinner and Matt was there as well. At one point Mom said something like how Beth always listens to me, and I should talk to her about the burial plans. I told her she already knows Beth's wishes and I won't go against that. Matt then joined in the conversation, and what I assume is the real reason behind all this nonsense, said that they get Beth is emotional, but it's disrespectful to their relationship if she's buried next to her first husband. Mom continued to chime in, saying she agrees and that cemetery is a lot further away, and I should at least try to talk to her. I snapped and said I won't be discussing this with Beth. I don't give a fuck what they think is respectful or not. She can disrespect Matt all she wants and Mom needs to grow a spine for her daughter instead of supporting Matt's demands. She was pretty mad after that and said they were just asking, and I was ruining Thanksgiving dinner. It's been a couple of weeks and I've got a few messages from other relatives, saying I went off at my mom and Matt for no reason. I do also have other people telling me I said what I had to say, so am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Matt can fuck off. Beth gets the final say on where she wants to be buried, and if nobody else likes it they can fuck off too. Not the asshole. Matt is her ex-husband by divorce. He doesn't get a say where she's buried, and it's none of his damn business. You're completely right. Your mom needs to be advocating for her daughter, not her ex-husband. Beth has her wishes and is clear. Thank you for contributing to advocate for her. ETA. Are you executor of her will? Sure needs to make sure whoever is will honor her wishes. Not the asshole. And I hope that your sister legal protections in place ensuring that her wishes are followed. Because I'm not certain I would trust your mother to honor Beth's wishes. And why in the world would Matt think that an ex-husband is entitled to any input at all as to where your sister is buried?